yourself and Sean Crockwell, kind of two most important people in the House of Assembly at the moment. It's effectively a coalition government.
I heard that this morning. Yeah.
Well, in a way you are. It's effectively a coalition government. The OBA is going to rely on you two.
Sure they are.
You hold the balance of power. How responsible, I suppose, for want of a better word, are you going to be in terms of the government? Are you going to back the government? Will you vote with your conscience? You've already said that you're diametrically opposed on some issues.
To a number of issues, yeah.
To a number of issues.
Yeah.
How's it going to go?
Well, look, the way that I see it going is that it may be that maybe Sean and I bring some legislation. That'd be interesting. Maybe it's that the opposition brings some, legislation that we could support. They tabled, one or two things. And the other thing is the government has a legislative agenda. I've certainly said that, we have both said it's not our intention in any way to get in the way of that, to undermine the budget. It's not about destabilizing and switching it up. I think the democratic process to run. So to answer your question, one, in taking this move, has to be extremely responsible with it, and I made that statement. I've spoken with members of the opposition. I spoke to the Premier and said, listen, I am not about at this stage of, overnight that I would support a motion of no confidence or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. That's not what the move was about. If I was going to be in that position, I'd have crossed the floor as people do and said, here you go.
I mean, your statement that you made is quite interesting, and it leaves it open to interpretation. You say, I have no doubt the government will have my support on any number of pending legislative matters. You're not saying every legislative
That's what I actually said.
But you're not saying
what was necessarily reported by everybody else now.
That leaves the door wide open.
Sure does. Yeah.
To you challenging the government.
Yeah. No question. I haven't said I'll support the government. I wouldn't leave if I was going to support the government. I'm part of the thing is that because I've had issues, because I'm diametrically opposed on things, that I won't. If government decided to turn around and bring if they decided to support, and some people did, right? Some people did support an amendment to the Human Rights Act, which carved out, same-sex marriages. Well, you're not getting my support on that, So there's no way that, by any statement I'm saying I'm going to support, without question the entire of the government's agenda. I don't necessarily know what they're going to do. I know a number of matters that are coming through the pipeline that I think are important and probably will get my support.
Are there any others that you know of that won't get your support?
No, not at this stage, but that's not necessary. That's not been shared with me at this point either.
What about with Sean? Have you talked about this?
Of course we do. Yeah, we talk all the time. We
I'm talking about in terms of
politics and law all the time.
In terms of your support or not.
No, those things tend to arise at the time. So there's no big ticket item, that I see that we're saying, well, you're not going to get our support on that. I mean, the health bill has gone backwards and forwards and had, a number of permutations to it, and people considering it, and the doctors lobbying and all the rest of it. That's still, I think, somewhat up in the air, but it may be getting there. So that's one that jumps out for real consideration. But I haven't guaranteed I'll support that. I don't know yet. To see what the final product is.